Hello folks, Bronco Bob here with Texas Best Used Motorcycles. I'm here today to show you a really unusual, very cool truck. It's a 1948 Chevrolet. They call it a COE, which stands for Cab Over Engine. And these were popular back in the day because they could make the overall length of the truck shorter to where it could still handle the payloads and turn and do in-town deliveries. And this is a great example. It came from California. It was originally on a winery, a vineyard kind of plantation. It was brought back to Texas by a local Harley dealer, and he had it all beautifully repainted. It was about 12 years ago. And you can tell the paint was a high-end paint job when it was done, but there are a few flaws just from time. It's got the cool visor over the split windshield. You can see a little crack right here in the paint. This is probably the worst place, right here where it's chipped. Maybe the door came out of alignment a little bit. The black fenders look good. It's got aluminum wheels. It's got billet steps. On this bottom running board, it's got several cracks. The cab is in really excellent shape. And this is the 5-window. It's got the grab handle. It's got a tilt steering column, vintage air conditioning. It's got some aftermarket classic gauges. It's got a headliner in it. These seats look like they're out of maybe a Toyota or some kind of a Japanese sports car, but it matches the material on the vinyl really nice. It's got carpeting, it's got power brakes, power steering. It actually drives surprisingly good. It's very smooth. It's powered by a small block Chevrolet. I believe it's a 350. It's got an MSD ignition. In fact, let me start it up. It's got a bed, a wood bed. I believe it's oak. It's got Flowmaster exhaust, and it could stand to have the oak bed restained. And the outer boards on both sides, you can see they're warped. It'd look good to replace them. They've got that new fake wood that looks like wood they use for decks that works real nice. But it's got a nice sound. It's got some vintage LED tail lights. Of course, it's a dually rear end, but it's painted in Harley orange and black, and it was used to kind of showcase some of their bikes and go to shows. They actually built some billet steps, which is kind of neat. Had these machined. There's a little view of the dash. The interior's actually pretty nice and pretty clean. Door jams. And when they painted this, they did the whole thing. There's a little chip right there. The Harley Davidson logos are painted on the truck, so if you didn't want them on there, you'd have to sand them off and paint them. But it's a really cool truck. Everywhere it goes, it turns heads. It needs a few little things done to it, but overall it's pretty solid for a 1948 COE. A lot of these trucks were retired to the truck graveyard. Some people have made car haulers out of them, but they're just a nice classic truck. Something you don't see every day. I like the stainless steel kick panels they put inside. It's got the VIN tag right there on the door jamb. Pretty cool truck. It's a smooth running V8. It's not a powerhouse, but it's reliable. Starts right up, it runs smooth. It's got an Optima battery. It's got a nice rail that's welded that goes around the bed of the truck. It's got some Flowmaster, so it's got a little sound. But if you're looking for a one-of-a-kind truck in a COE, You might have just found it. But if you have any questions, I'm Bronco Bob with Texas Best Used Motorcycles. We're located in Mansfield, Texas, and we can actually ship this truck anywhere in the USA or anywhere in the world. So if you're looking for something cool to take to the weekend car shows, you could actually put your Harley on the back, or show bike, or vintage bike. This is a cool addition to anybody's collection. But have a great day. I'm Bronco Bob, wishing you happy trails.